Okay, so today we're doing raspberry, wrong berry, twists. So we're gonna start with 4.5 cups of flour. And you don't have to sift it, at least I don't. And this recipe is sort of like making pasta, where it's a pretty guess the amount. So then we're gonna add a stick of butter in, and I formed a well. Another reason why it's like making pasta is that reason. So then into the butter I'm adding 1.25 cup of water. Trust me, I know what this recipe is, just my brain has had a day. Then I'm gonna just sort of mix that around because we're not done adding stuff. Then I'm gonna add 4 eggs. And with the eggs, because the water is warm/hot, that's a pretty bad example, but you want to try and aim for the outside of the well. In all of these examples, it's not working.
How many eggs are you putting in?
4.
Okay. By the way, these are not farm fresh eggs.
Well, they're farm fresh, just they're not from our farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chickens have led quite a few strikes recently.
Yes.
It's too hot for them to lay eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then... Oh, there it is. 2 tablespoons of yeast. The smell of yeast. I'm using a palette knife because I like mixing things with palette knives. It's just, I don't know why, I just do. So I'm gonna mix this together and then we'll be back when it's, oh wait, I forgot the sugar. Okay, so we're gonna add a 1/3 cup of sugar, because I'm sure the yeast would also not be happy if I did not give it food. Okay, we'll be back when I finish mixing this. Okay, so I've got it combined. Don't try to knead this. It's sticky, and it's supposed to be that. These are amazing, but they do take forever. So I'm gonna cover this with saran wrap. The original recipe said long time ago, said to grease your saran wrap. I've never really needed to do that, I find. But, I mean, I guess if you're worried about it, you could do it. But I've never had a problem with not greasing it, because I very rarely remember to do that, because it's night and usually my brain is fried. So I'm going to put this in the refrigerator, and we'll see you in, well, my mom and me will see you in the morning.
Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome back to Cooking with Kimmers. Kenan started us back last night by making our dough for our raspberry twists. Just want to say we had a great month off, and we are excited to be back. A few changes coming. We are only going to post videos on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. 7 days a week, nonstop was a little bit much for 80 days. So we're going to cut back just a little bit to give us some breathing room on our videoing. But we are excited about the recipes we are going to be sharing with you, and just in general being back with Cooking with Kimmers, Adams 5. All right, so the lemon Oh, no, not lemon. Sorry, I need more coffee. The raspberry twists. In this bowl, I have 8 ounces of cream cheese, the zest of 1 lemon, and 1/2 to 3/4 cup powdered sugar. That powdered sugar is just dependent on your sweet tooth. So we're gonna mix this up. Until it's blended. While that's mixing, here's the dough that Kenan did last night. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. It's the day. Okay, this is blended. Off other way, and we're gonna just dust our countertop with some flour. Dump out our dough. So the twists, what we're gonna do is roll this out into a long, thin rectangle. Just gonna knead it just a little bit. Get it to wake up.
And I said last night that you couldn't knead it last night, but you can knead it now.
Yes. And actually, it doesn't take a lot of kneading. Okay, so the idea is to roll a strip. It's going to be fairly long and anywhere from 8 to 10 inches wide. I'm gonna, because it's long, I'm gonna encroach on Kenan's space a little.
Yep.
I'm really trying to keep it. And you don't want it super thick. It actually rolls to a fairly thin amount. All right, I'm going to keep working on this, and we will be back when we have it all rolled to the right length and width. Okay, so I have my rectangle all rolled out, and we are going to first spread our cream cheese out on this. Okay. So you can see it's just going to be a thin layer of cream cheese all across your dough. I love that you can see the lemon zest in there. It's a pretty confetti. Okay, now to this, we're just going to dollop some raspberry jam. I'm going to try and keep it on one side because there's really no need to deal with the flipping it over. Again, this is to your personal taste preference, how much raspberry you put on here. Spread this out. We'll be back when we're ready to cut and twist. Okay, so I have my jam spread out, and I'm just gonna take this and fold it over. Like that. Okay. And this gets messy. There's just no two ways about it. You're gonna have cream cheese and raspberry oozing out everywhere, but that's all right. So you're just gonna make 1 inch cuts all the way up your dough. And then you're gonna take it, give it just a little tug, twist until it starts falling on top of each other, and make a cute little twist. So again, just twisting until it starts coming on each other, and then just tuck. There's really not, you know, a right or wrong way to make it look. Some will look prettier than others. So I'm just going to continue with this. We're going to cover it with a towel and let it raise until they double, so they get pretty big. Like I said, this gets pretty messy quick. And then we will be back right before we put them in the oven. Okay, so just a quick cleaning tip. Here's my mess after rolling my our raspberry twists. I find if you just use a metal spatula, it really does help gather all this together, especially the sticky, icky stuff. And then wiping down your counter is so much easier. So there's kind of a tip I am sharing. You may already know it, probably already know it. But you just scrape it all together and makes it much easier and not as time consuming to get your counter all cleaned up. All right, so they've been sitting for about 45 minutes, 45 to 50 minutes. We're just gonna pop these in 375 oven for 12 to 18 minutes. And we will be back to glaze them after they're done cooking. Okay, so our twists are in the oven and I'm finishing up. So I just thought we would show you kind of how we make our glaze. 2-ish tablespoons of butter melted, about a cup of powdered sugar. I'm just gonna put a dash of almond extract in, and then we're gonna kind of see where that gets us into this. Then I know, craziness. Amaretto creamer. Any kind of creamer would work. You can use milk and just add more of the extract if you want. Anyway, then we just stir this up. Add more liquid if it's not runny enough to be a glaze, because you just want to be able to drizzle it. And you will see that when we come back to do our, you can look at it, can you? Twists. So this is a little bit thick. I really like mine quite runny. All right, we'll be back when those come out of the oven. Okay, so here's our raspberry twists, and we just kind of drizzle them a little bit with some glaze. You can, of course, go crazy or go lightly, whatever you like. Are you ready to try one, Kenan?
Sure.
Ready for some breakfast?
Sure.
Okay. They're super light and flaky. And I'll just show you. So there's where it kind of falls apart right where the cream cheese and raspberry are. Fantastic. Hope you'll give them a try. Hey, remember to like, comment, and share us with your friends. We will see you on Monday.
And if you have any cooking related questions, you should post those in the comments as well.